What's up, nerds? So I watched House of the Dragon episode 2, and I have to say it was pretty good. I still think that they're setting some stuff up, but I think that with just an 8 episode season this season, I think that they need to next episode hit the ground running with all the stuff from the book that we know and love. So I just want to say they did change something from the book in this episode, and I'll talk about it when we get there. But I do think that this episode was good. And the change that they made wasn't overwhelmingly bad. Like it wasn't like the last episode where the death of the little prince or whatever, and they changed that. I thought that if you're going to change something from the book, either make it better or don't change it. And I think this one, they changed it, and they didn't necessarily make it better, but they didn't ruin it. So I'm not mad about it. And again, we'll get to that one. I'll mention it when we get to it. I'm going to break this sucker down. I'm going to do things a little bit differently this time. Tell me what you think. But let's get into this breakdown. Here we go. I hate this opening sequence. It used to be pretty good. Now it's just this freaking tapestry thing. Like, you can't even, like, normies don't even know half the crap that's going on this. It's ridiculous. Prince Jaehaerys' murder causes chaos. King Aegon hastily assembles his small council and is planning revenge on Rhaenyra, though Lord Jasper suggests that she may be innocent, and then Sir Otto suggests a public funeral to tarnish Rhaenyra's image.
Let them see the child. Let them look upon the works of this pretender to the throne.
Yeah, can anybody have some frickin' empathy at all?
My king? No.
And why is she not going to her son to comfort him?
Dragged through the street.
Poor Helena.
I don't want to.
See, and again, she's not comforting her daughter. Like, it's just so annoying.
When a thing like this happens.
It's just so sad. Alicent's a horrible mother. Okay, so this part to me really so the castle's in shambles because they're trying to get everybody else, and they're trying to get who killed the prince and everything. And Aegon is obviously distraught. He is an emotional wreck, and he is having a breakdown in terms of his logic and sensibility, even though he wasn't very logical before. So he wants revenge on Rhaenyra. And Otto Hightower, his hand, he suggests that they do a funeral, but like a public procession through the streets of the city. And, and it's not a bad idea because the people do get on his side. But I did feel bad for Helena because she just is distraught over the death of her son. And Sir Lannis, he lets them know that they did capture blood, and he's in the dungeons, and he's gonna get some info out of him. Don't worry, because the king Aegon wants to kill him, but he's like, no, we need some info. I understand that cooler heads right now are not going to prevail, but maybe you could just be a hothead up here, where it's safe. In the procession, a herald calls her Rhaenyra the Cruel, and Alicent and Helena, they receive the people's condolences. Poor Helena, she doesn't want to do this. So they're going through the streets and everything, and the little boy's body it was so sad. I really felt for Helena because she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to go through the streets and everything, and this just happened. But as they're going through, she can see that the people are really just like feeling bad for her, and I felt bad for her. And they call out Rhaena the Cruel. And they want like revenge for the death of the prince. So they got what they wanted, but the procession was hard for her, but also very beautiful, because the little boy it was sad. It was sad all the way around. Blood is captured, confessing to Lord Larys that his accomplice was a rat catcher, but he doesn't know his name. And Aegon assaults Blood. Oh, bloody, bloody, bloody. You getting your comeuppance. You're not so strong now. Oh, he's got the tools.
I was hired by Daemon Targaryen. He paid us half now. Half when the job is done.
Who is us?
A rat catcher.
Man, he gave up that info real freaking quick. Oh, the king. Dude. You done fucked up, man. Here it comes. So in this, and my reaction in this, Blood, he turns tail real freaking quick. And the thing about it is, I understand that he didn't want to go through the pain. And I mean, Cheese wasn't somebody to die for, you know what I'm saying? But he gives up that info like real freaking quick. He's all like, don't hurt me and I'll tell you what you need to know. And he's all like, I can't promise you anything about the king. Now me, I said I wouldn't hurt you, but the king, I don't speak for the king. And so the king comes in and he just bludgeons him to death. Now, I would have waited and just hurt him for a little bit longer. I would have grabbed one of those cat scratch fever tools and used it on him. But sometimes you just want instant gratification. Like sometimes I like to draw out my satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? Edge myself a little bit. But whatever, it's fine. To each their own. In Dragonstone, Rhaenyra, worried about her popularity, suggests Daemon order Jaehaerys' death if Aemon were absent, and states her distrust for him. And then Daemon flies off to Harrenhal to seek alliances. He did it.
I cannot trust you, Daemon. I've never trusted you wholly. Much though I wished to, willed myself to. But now I have seen your heart belongs.
That's the thing. He does this crap and you have to pay for it.
I took this as
It was a mistake.
Listen, dude, you weren't picked for king. Shit happens.
You're pathetic.
And now you gotta go. You just gotta go. There's Craxus. This is my favorite dragon. I love the red worm. He's so cool. He kind of reminds me of Smaug from Lord of the Rings, or The Hobbit. But, yeah, he's very cool. He's my favorite dragon. I already said that. And Daemon looks very cool right now. Look at that, it's so cool. I love the dragons, but who doesn't? Am I right? Yeah, the red worm is very cool. This music is also very good. So Rhaenyra, she is not only worried, she's kind of annoyed. She's worried because she's like, now I've got to strengthen my allies because, I was already having trouble getting allies in the first place because, some people don't want to turn on the throne and they think me a usurper. And so she's all like, we need to send out some crows or whatever, do what we can to try to get our allies to stay on our side. And she knows that Aemon did something, and he asked for the death of, he wanted Aemon, and Blood and Cheese, they got the little boy, which wasn't Aemon's fault, but it was also Aemon's fault. You know what I'm saying? And so she's just like, and he also laments in there that he should have gotten the crown. Like maybe he would have been a better king. And I don't think that he's correct, only because he's very impulsive, fly by the seat of your pants, and that's not good in terms of leadership. Sometimes you have to sit back and wait and see what happens before you act. And I don't think that Daemon is that kind of girl, So I think that, and so she's like, go away, because he's going to go to Harrenhal to get more allies and stuff. And so he flies away on Craxus, my favorite dragon. Having escaped death, Aemon, distraught, visits a brothel. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's very skinny. She's not very attractive. That mole is grossing me out.
I am sorry for it.
When princes lose their temper, it is often others who suffer. A small folk, like me.
How was she? Food.
Oh, hey.
I think not, but people are afraid. Those with means are holding everything they can.
That's the iron worker guy. I wonder if this is going to play a role later on.
And paid 3 times as much as I should have.
Oh, honey. I hear you. Bidenomics is working great for you too.
I manage.
I too have felt the crown pass over me. It is a hard thing.
Oh, that means yeah. It sucks that she wasn't picked to be queen, and she also. It's very interesting that that Daemon and her were both passed over, and they're talking about it like like they like it's just hard for them to deal with that. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that dragon is. I love the dragons. They're very cool. And that's what's her face on what was his name? Sea Smoke or whatever. No, it wasn't Sea Smoke. It was Moon Dancer. Moon Dancer's very cool. Yeah, he's gonna. So Aemon is in this brothel, right? And he's talking to this hooker with a gross mole, and he's talking about how he not only was he escaped death, but he also looks at it like he knows that they think he's a threat, that they sent somebody after him. And so that's kind of like, I'm not sure what the right word is, but he kind of, not gratitude, but whatever. I don't know the right word for it. But anyways. And so, and then the hooker, she's all like, just remember, when princes get angry, it's us little folk like me that suffer. And that's so true. When rich people get upset or when rich people make decisions, they're not the ones that have to deal with the outcome. It's us plebs. It's us small folk. And so I think that she's trying to make him see that because, and then it also comes up kind of later on, and I'll talk about it again. But yeah, it was very interesting. Rhaenyra grants Mysaria freedom. So Mysaria, she grants Mysaria's freedom. But before that, Mysaria talks to her about how she came to Westeros with nothing. And she worked her way up and she had a house and then they took her house away. And this is also a talking about, classism, how the rich make decisions that affect the poor the most. And we also get to see that later on when we see the guy that the smithy and his wife, they're talking, and then he's dealing with a sick girl. And I think that's going to come up later because he was promised money. And I don't think he's going to get that money. I don't. And it sucks. Sir Criston, despite failing to protect Jaehaerys, orders Sir Eric to prove his loyalty by killing Rhaenyra on Dragonstone. You know what's crazy is he is trying to put all the blame on frickin' Eric, and he's the one to blame. And these motherfuckers are leaving because they're like, cat fight, but not cats. But it's totally your freaking fault, dude. You're getting your dick wet while the kid was getting murdered. So I'll tell you right now, Sir Criston Cole is a dick. I mean, he's getting that sweet poontang and everything, but then he orders Sir Eric because I think he's feeling guilty because he wasn't protecting the prince at the time of the murder. And yet he wants to blame Eric, like, hey, maybe you should have been there kind of thing. I'm trying to make him feel guilty about it. And I'm all like, no. You're out there getting your dick wet. And it wasn't his job to protect the prince at that point in time. But he sends him to Dragonstone to kill Rhaenyra. And he sends them all by himself, which I'm like, horrible plan. It's a horrible plan. But at the same time, it was kind of a good plan because he can sneak in as his brother because they're twins and everything. But which in real life, those two are real twins. Which good job on House of the Dragon for hiring twins, unlike the Acolyte, who just hired one person that can't act as twins. But whatever, it's cool. And so he sends him by himself. There, Eric impersonates his twin brother, Eric, though the departing Mysaria notices Eric. He enters the queen's chambers, and then the brothers fight, Eric committing suicide after killing Eric. No.
Do not do this. I beg you. You are the one who betrayed us, Eric.
I knew this was going to happen, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Eric.
Forgive me.
Don't. Oh. And so Eric, he does good job from making everybody believe him. But Masara, she lets him know that. I think she lets him know that that he's not the right guy or whatever. And so the brother gets in there. Eric gets in there to fight Eric. And they fight. Now in the book, this is where they changed it. So in the book, they do fight to the death, but it says that they killed each other. And in this, they change it to where Eric kills Eric with Eric with an A, kills Eric with an E. And then he's so distraught over killing his brother, which I don't know if I could fight my own brother like that to the death. I don't know if I could do it. And then he's so distraught that he asks for forgiveness. And it's interesting, is he asking for forgiveness for killing his own brother, his twin? Or is he asking forgiveness from his queen for not protecting her and standing by her? And it's very interesting what's going on there. But he ends up deleting himself, and it's very, very interesting. I don't know if it's better than the book, but the book is very different. It doesn't read like a regular novel, so it is very different. But they did change that. Aegon has all the rat catchers, including Cheese, hang publicly, infuriating Otto, who believes this will cause popular revolt.
Who are they?
Rat catchers. In the king's employ.
What'd they do?
There's Cheese. There's Cheese. And there's his dog mourning him. Ugh, I don't know what for. So Aegon has all the rat catchers, including Cheese, killed. And I'll tell you right now, this was also from the book. This was from the book, and they didn't change it or whatever. And he does get Cheese, in there. And then his dog was like whimpering over him. Like, no, he didn't deserve. He kicked his dog. He should be hanged just for that. The dog didn't do anything. You're just pissed off and everything. Aegon dismisses Otto as Hand of the King and transfers the title to Criston.
Remove your badge.
Sir Otto.
Oh, Otto. You talk too much shit. You're getting fired.
You are my father's hand. Not mine. Take it off.
You wouldn't dare.
I have dared.
Yeah, you do.
I find it stimulating.
You talk shit to the king. He's obviously emotionally unstable right now.
Insolent pup. You think yourself clever, but without a strong hand at your side. To guide.
Give it to Cole.
Cole, the loser? And Otto is pissed. He's like, first off, we need the rat catcher, stupid, because there's rats all up in this mug. And two, you just had a procession and the people were on your side, and you've ruined all that because you killed innocent men just to get one bad one. And Aegon doesn't see it like that. He sees that that this was a good thing. So Aegon being pissed off at Otto because Otto just wants to run his freaking mouth to the king, which is his grandson. Get it? But at the same time, he's got all the power. So he just runs his mouth. He's like, you're no longer the hand. But he gives it to Sir Criston. And I was like, Sir Criston's like not as smart as everybody thinks he is. He's manipulative like a little bitch, but he's not that smart. It's like, whatever. It's fine. Otto and Alicent hope to regain control over Aegon. Poor Aegon. He's a douche, but I feel so bad for him. He's like crying over his son. And you should be comforting him. And yeah, she's a horrible mother. So Otto and Alicent are sitting here talking, and they are talking about how maybe they can change him. Like Otto is going to go away, and he's going to try to get more allies to rally around the king or whatever. But then maybe he'll be back and can be the hand later on. And Alicent, is talking to him like that. And the thing about this scene that I thought was very interesting, when at the end of it, she goes, I have sinned. And then he says, I don't want to hear about it. And I was like, ooh, I can't tell if that's a burn or if that's him just being like, we need to protect ourselves kind of thing. Because I'm pretty sure it's this, I've sinned because I'm sleeping with Sir Criston Cole. And I missed, if I hadn't been doing that, he might have caught the killer and this might not all be happening. But I thought it was interesting that Otto was just like, I don't want to hear it. Like, no, don't speak it. Don't speak it. No one knows it except for you and Sir Criston Cole. That's the thing about it. If one other person knows, that's already too many people. So he's just like, just don't say anything. Alicent slaps Criston, but then they passionately kiss. Yeah, smack him. He should have been there. Tell you what. She's trying to get her anger out, but it's like, it's no use. Man, I'll tell you what. This dick must be good because she is risking it all. I'll tell you what, man. They are just all about it. Oh, goodness, I tell you. So Alicent, she gets up, and like I did have my reaction, this dick must be so good because she just, but I think that in this, because Criston, he's all like, I'm getting me some of that vagina. Like, you don't have options here, honey, and you want it. So stop acting like you don't want it. And so he gives it to her. He gives it to her hard and everything. And that's how the episode ends. But one thing I do want to talk about are these two characters. And Hugh the Hammer and Adam of Hall because they are what's his face? They're his sons, and they're gonna ride dragons. And that's why we saw Hugh looking up at the dragon, which was what's his face? Moon Dancer, which is Bela, I don't know how to say her name. That's her dragon. So, because she was going to check out the Red Keep. And then also, last thing I wanted to talk about just real quick, I found it very interesting in my reaction was that both Daemon and Rhaenyra talked about how they both had been passed over for the crown, and Rhaenyra had found that it was really hard to be passed over for the crown. And then Daemon talked about how he should have been king. And I'm paraphrasing all of this because I don't remember exactly what they said. I thought it was very, very interesting how these two had gone through the same experience, and yet one of them is just still so fucking bitter over it, Daemon. And Rhaenyra is, she's just like, it sucks, and I understand, but, we have to go on. And I have a good life, But I thought this episode was good. I cannot wait for the next episode. It was I really love this world that we're in, and I love that the really like intense moments that they bring and the real soft moments, like when we saw the Aemon break down over the loss of his child. And then you see how each character reacts to this. It's very interesting and very touching at some points in time. So then when you see the tense moments, like the two brothers fighting, and then when they're done, it was really sad, you just see it like they're just like, please don't do this. And it's like, I just really, really liked it. I thought that they did a great job on this episode, and I can't wait for I can't wait for the next one. It's gonna be so good. But tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What was your favorite part? Who was your favorite character? Would you have been able to fight your own brother like that? I don't think I would have been able to. I think I would have just surrendered or whatnot. And then also, tell me how you like this new style that I'm doing. All right, but tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next breakdown and review of House of the Dragon. You guys have a good week. Bye.